Hey folks, thanks for jumping on. We're going to give it just a couple minutes to let a few more people join the webinar, but appreciate your time today. All right, I think we've got a full house of folks, so we will get going here. And this is going to be recorded for everybody, so we will post this at a later date so everybody can catch up, or if you're not able to take good notes on what we're offering today, we'll be able to catch this a little bit later. So we'll post this for everyone. So hi, my name is Dwayne Myers. I am the Vice President of Channels and Alliances here at CriticalSTART. Excited to have the partner community here today to announce our offer that we're doing with SentinelOne around our mobile SOC. So this is an offer that we're going to be doing that will last. We're going to launch this Monday, and it will last until January 15th, obviously to let folks take advantage of what's going on in the workforce today and how everybody's adjusting to a more remote or mobile workforce. We've seen a huge uptick on our side of the house in inquiries around best practices and so on. So we felt like this was really relevant and pertinent to be able really just to help folks provide a better level of security around what they're doing with their mobile workforce today. So as I mentioned, we're excited to launch this. We're also going to have a Q&A session here today. So please make sure that if you do have any questions, post those in the chat window to all, so we can see those, and we will spend some time at the end of this presentation to go through all the Q&A at that point in time. So with that, we will get started on the slideshow here. So what exactly is it that we're doing, and why are we doing this? So we have a significant customer that had been working with CriticalStart for quite a few years that initially was operating at about 10 to 15% of their workforce was remote, and everybody else went into the office. Over a period of 3 to 4 weeks, we saw that quickly transition to 10 to 15% to now 100%. This was a massive paradigm shift for this customer, and I can share numerous stories, and I'm sure all of you on the call today can share numerous stories of customers that you're working with that are having to adjust to these new market conditions, and while still trying to maintain business. Some of these businesses out there, I'm sure, are identified as essential businesses, so it's imperative that they adapt very quickly. There is no room or opportunity for them to slow down. They have to be able to adjust, and they have to be able to make sure that when they do adjust, they are providing the same level of security and security controls that they had in place with their on-prem workforce that they had. That is the impetus behind what we're doing today with this offering. We want to make sure that we're simply in lockstep with the rest of the business industry and with the rest of our partner community, and being able to go to market to help our customers solve solutions that solve problems that they're facing today with viable solutions that will help enhance their security. So that is the impetus behind what we've done here today. it is again, as it's very exciting, and we feel like the customer community out there will benefit greatly from this free offering. So moving to the next one. So how quickly did we roll this out? This was quick, and felt like this was important to share this with the partner community. March 17th was when this all started to come together and started to crystallize for us. There's a lot of the leadership team here at Critical Start that sat down with Rob, and we had several meetings on this. What can we be doing? How can we be helping? Everybody's wanting to help and pull together to do something creative and something that will be beneficial to the partner community. So we launched this whole project on March 17th. We condensed about 2 months of coding and effort from the development team into the span of about 2 weeks to get this thing launched and put together. We also wanted to thank our friends at SentinelOne for coming up with some licensing that we could leverage for this free offering as well. We felt like that was an outstanding technology, and the way that the SentinelOne technology could be rolled out in concert with this MOBILESOC offering, it just made sense. The most important things that we had to face when coming to market with a free offering like this is that it was free, it was fully automated, and it's got to be easy to deploy. And those were all boxes that we could tick between SentinelOne and the MOBILESOC offering. So as you can see, this came together very quickly, and this is going to launch on Monday, the 6th, and this will run until June 15th. So again, this is completely free to customers in what they're getting. The other thing that we want to highlight is this is the SentinelOne Core product. So this is their endpoint prevention. This does not provide any EDR capability. This is also imperative. It had to be very simple to quickly deploy for customers and quickly configure, and something that could be done very intuitively by our customer community out there. So who qualifies for this offer? So the target audience for this is going to be primarily your SMB and maybe mid-market target segments. Anywhere up to 1,000, maybe even some of the larger customers in that 10,000 endpoint range will work into this program and fit very nicely. There are a couple things to note. If the customer is currently a SentinelOne customer today, or if they are a Critical Start customer today, they do not qualify for this offering. They're already using the technology, or they're already using our service. So therefore, they are not going to be able to qualify for this. Another thing to highlight here is that we would like to be engaging with folks at a director level, security manager, SOC manager level. These are the folks in the trenches that are really looking for some help and really looking for some effective ways to help create some automation of some of their security processes, and really focus on uptime and connectivity for their end users, and try to roll something out very quickly, but that is also very effective from a security perspective. Couple of things that we wanted to highlight from the careabouts from the customer. Keeping security operations streamlined. We hear this time and time again in engaging with customers here over the last few weeks. This is of paramount importance, as well as being able to swiftly respond to events that might be occurring with these remote rollouts for their customers today. Being able to adapt to this rollout, or adapt to this way of doing business with these remote workers, but then still be able to stay on top of the security and respond when they do see, because they're going to see some unique things that they maybe have not seen before from a security perspective as a company. So what are the messaging objectives that we're trying to hit today? So with the channel partners here, we're really just wanting to communicate to you guys that, hey, this is a tool that you have to offer to your customers, especially those that are taking advantage of maybe some remote worker bundles or some other things that you're providing to them. In speaking with a lot of partners over the last couple of weeks, we know that you guys have been extremely busy with providing professional services to customers, and really just everybody rolling up their sleeves and really trying to make sure that their customers have the ability to run their businesses effectively with remote workers. So We feel like this is a great tool that you can go back to your customer base and offer a higher degree of security, and it's something that can be deployed very quickly. As far as what we're doing with customer communication, so we do have a website, and we'll share some of the details on the website a little later, and a whole process for rolling this out for customers that is very low touch and highly automated for them. So we'll dig into those details a little bit later, but that was, again, one of the key components of this being successful. And then from an influencer perspective, there is a fair amount of activity that we're providing from our marketing teams, working with things like blog posts. Rob Davis, our CEO, has a blog post that's going out, as well as just several instances on LinkedIn and Twitter and other social media feeds that we're leveraging to make sure that folks are aware of some of the security concerns with rolling out mobile workforces, as well as some of the free services that can be provided in that arena as well. So what we're going to do here is really just we're sure that folks are going to want to see, like, what does this look like? How does it look when I'm spinning up a customer? What is the customer experience like when they apply for this, right? When they click the email, they get signed up, then what happens? And so we felt it was important to spend a couple minutes here to show you in a video what exactly that looks like. So if you can bear with me, we're going to play this. Make sure the sound is up.
For the purposes of this video, I am utilizing an Android mobile device to walk through the free MOBILESOC registration and activation process. As a partner, you will receive a unique email that you can distribute to your clients. At the bottom of the email shown here, the clients should be able to find a click here link to take them to the registration page. The client will be taken to this registration landing page. If they scroll down to the sign up today box, they'll be able to complete the pertinent information and click submit to continue. Here's an example of the sign up today box filled out for the registration. Now I'm going to click submit. Once submitted, you can see that it returns back a thank you message indicating that the client will receive the activation email within 15 minutes. Here's an example of the activation email that the client will receive with the activation link and the activation code. They can click on the link to proceed to the next step. The activation link will bring the client to this screen where they can set their password and fill out the rest of the activation information before they click submit. The client should now see this screen indicating that the environment is ready and providing them their activation code that they will utilize to install the MOBILESOC app either on their Android or iOS device. They can also find the links here to Android and iOS app stores. For the MOBILESOC app installation, I will demonstrate using an Android mobile device. So this first screen is where the client should be taken for the Android Play Store link, and they would simply click on install to install the app. Once the MOBILESOC app is installed, the client should see this screen, be able to click open. The client should now see this screen when they open the MOBILESOC app. They will tap have an activation code. They will then see this screen where they can type in the activation code that was provided in the email activation link. Once they type in their activation code, they will tap submit in the upper right-hand corner. They will now see confirmation and then environment ready messages. Then they will be brought to this single sign-on login screen. The client will now enter the email address that they utilize for the registration along with the password that they set during the activation steps. They will now click continue. The client will then be brought to our end user license agreement and MSA screen where they can click on the agreements to be able to review them in PDF file format. They will use the swipes down below to agree. And if they want to have an email PDF copy sent, they would swipe that over as well. And then at the bottom, click continue. The MOBILESOC app is now set up, and they should see their initial dashboard within the MOBILESOC app.
All right, so that concludes the just the demo and kind of give you guys an idea of what it looks like from a customer perspective, just so you have an idea of what it is that you're going to be offering customers. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Brian Roy, who's on the call with us today. Brian is part of our technical team. He's on the engineering side and will be one of the individuals that will be working with customers and helping them get spun up. Brian, I think you've got a couple extra comments to add here.
Yeah, Dwayne, can you hear me okay?
I can.
So I apologize, folks. I had to switch over to my phone here because I kept getting dropped from the presentation. But yes, so hopefully just that quick snippet of the registration activation process and the MOBILESOC app will give you kind of a feel for the automated process and efficient and easy process that we're putting together. I will point out that there's also the SentinelOne core agent installation steps that we are working on as well to provide a quick overview video steps for that, as well as a quick MOBILESOC tutorial overview as well. They're working on 2 videos there. So the intent here really is, to walk them through the installation of the endpoint protection agent, being able to have them utilize the MOBILESOC app and our trusted behavior registry to eliminate false positives. And then also adding that extension of our SOC as their SOC with the MOBILESOC app, and being able to have a speed of response that's quickly increased for their environment, right? So walking them through those steps will kind of put them at ease. I'm sure they're dealing with a lot of other things with the remote workforce transitions that they're undertaking, and being able to go through these steps in an automated fashion very quickly and not add additional false positives in their environment with this service will really help them along the way. I will point out that the environment, we have a SentinelOne console that's stood up in our cloud environment. So the automated process really carves out a tenant for the client and sends an automated email to them with the packages for the different operating systems, the site token that they would need to install, and the install steps. We do offer MSI packages if they want to deploy via MSI, so we can help them with that as well. And also the MOBILESOC or the ZTAP, our ZTAP platform, as you've seen, when you do the registration, that is also an automated process to provide them email to install and activate. And that gets linked, a tenant is created there and gets linked to their SentinelOne tenant as well, so they're up and running. And also, with this service, we're going to be providing MDR SEs from a support perspective. And with that, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about that. So, Dwayne, if you can click forward. So you can see here, from an installation and use perspective around the offering, we will have an email address that's going to be provided for clients to reach out to us from a support perspective. Again, we'll have a staff of MDR SEs on our end from our pre-sales team that are going to be providing frontline support. It will be best effort, 24 hours or better, and the response times, depending on the queue side, we will be working these during normal business hours. So we'll be funneling through them as quickly as possible with that team. So again, the support queue is based primarily on an email inquiry, but we will provide email and potentially phone support as follow-up and as needed with clients with different issues. And really the support scope is around our ZTAP platform, our trusted behavior registry, the MOBILESOC application itself, the SentinelOne core agent, any kind of installation questions and issues around that, as well as guidance and best practice for policy configuration of the tools, and then also any questions around the interfaces themselves, the MOBILESOC, the use of the MOBILESOC app and the SentinelOne interfaces themselves for the consoles. That's what we have.
All right, thanks, Brian.
Back over to you, Dwayne. Any questions?
Thank you, Brian. And Brian will be on the call too. So as you guys submit questions in Q&A in the chat, we'll be available to make sure we get those answered for you. So just a couple other slides before we wrap up here. Again, just to sort of reemphasize that we have put a lot of thought and effort behind this. So we're doing some things, as Brian kind of alluded to, not only to help with the onboarding process, but also help with the communication process. So there will be a guidebook that has been developed. Again, a lot of different blog posts and social media resources that we're going to have. We've got a best practices type document that's been created by Mitchell Bowles, who's one of our field CISOs that the customers will be able to leverage as well. And really just wanted to kind of reemphasize that this is, again, very well thought out, and this is just a little bit more of a reference slide for you guys, but there are a lot of resources that we're going to be making available on our website for you guys to use as well as customers to see. This is what the landing page is going to look like from the website perspective, so a couple screen grabs from there so you guys can see exactly what the customers will see when they hit the website. You can see down here in this lower left-hand section, there's going to be a unique landing page URL for the partners to share with their customers, so the leads can be tracked back to those specific partners. So as you guys send out your unique URLs highlighting this offer in the marketplace, when customers click on those, they'll be directed back to us, and that you'll be notified, and then we will notify you once we hear something from them. So kind of digging into that a little bit more, right? So these unique codes will come out from the channel managers. We're hoping to get those out to you today in an email, as well as an email template that you can send out to your customers. Once we have those URL codes developed, those leads will flow back into our sales team, and our sales team will be communicating out to the partner account managers or partner point of contact on your side of the house to let you know if a customer just peruses the website and clicks to get more information. We're going to let you guys know that that occurred. If a customer comes in and they sign up for the service, we're certainly going to let you guys know that that occurred. We're going to reach out to you with one of our account teams, and then you guys can develop the most appropriate way to communicate with the customer. And maybe that is simply, hey, just let the customer go off and do their own thing and leverage the free offer. Maybe just a check-in call just to see, hey, did you guys have any issues with the free offer? Did you download it? Is everything working nice? And then we'll work with you. If a customer does sign up for this service, we'll work with you on a plan to address before that June 15th date on what next steps and what the next options are for that customer if they would like to try to continue the service or upgrade to a more advanced endpoint or more advanced monitoring service from us. But again, the thought process is this isn't necessarily intended to be lead generation and trying to, prey on an opportunity in the marketplace today. This is really, the genesis of this is really just to be able to provide something of value to those customers to help them get up and running. If they'd like to continue it, great. If they don't want to continue it, there's certainly not going to be any pressure for them to continue this free offer after June 15th. Here is a quick list of helpful links. So we'll make these available to you guys as well as to the customers, things that will help you communicate with those customers and make sure that they're fully aware of what the free offering entails, and also so they can get more additional information. Again, I just kind of harped on this a second ago, right? This is a free offer. It's not a trial. This is something that we want to make sure that customers, again, we're just here to try to help these folks and provide a higher degree of security as things are getting relatively complex in their environments today. So with that, Carrie, I think you're on, and if we do have any questions in the chat, we're free to answer those. So, let's see if we've got any Q&A at this point in time.
No Q&A from what I see.
All right. No questions. That's all right. Well, we'll give that we'll probably give another minute here just to see if there are any questions. Either we were really good presenting this material or everybody's extremely shy. But we will give this just a couple minutes here to see if anybody comes up with any questions. If not, we are available at any time. Your channel team's available at any time. to answer any questions that you guys might have about this free offer. Obviously, if you want to talk about specific customers or targets or folks that you think would benefit from this, we're happy to have these conversations with you guys and work with you, making sure that this is a beneficial experience for the customer community out there. So we'll just give this a few more minutes, or a few more seconds, sorry, and we'll see if anything pops up. And I am not seeing any questions out there. All right, well, I guess if there are no questions, we'll call this a wrap at 27 minutes after the hour. So we kept it under 30 minutes, which is good. And if we don't talk to you folks, hopefully you have a great weekend, and everybody please stay safe out there. And thank you for joining today. And please let us know how we can help moving forward with not only this offer, but any other offers that or any other issues that you might be facing with customers out there with this new transition to remote workforce. Thanks, and have a great weekend.